What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming.
Shut up and sit down.
Midday Monologue Monday. What's up, my friends? It's your buddy Big Johnny G here. And this month, the month of May, which we're giving a nice big shout out to. You know, I do this at the beginning of every month. Every month, I do a shout out letting you all know what is coming down the pipe for the entire month. I mean, I do it weekly and I do it seasonally because we are, generally speaking, many months ahead of schedule here at Two Gun Pixie. But here, today, right now, we're giving a shout out so you know what is going on for the merry, merry month of May. Now, before I get into the list, I do want to say right up front, I am kind of already hinting at something here. With a couple of exceptions. That's all. This entire month is dedicated to Dungeons and Dragons. Put down in the comments if any of you have any idea why I would choose May of all months of the year to be dedicated to my favorite game of all time. So put that in the comments, any ideas you have, and let's see who knows what's going on in the mind of your buddy Big Johnny G. Alright, so let's start off. I like to start on Mondays, we know that. Not Sundays. They're cool, but let's start on Mondays. Or this way. I don't know which way I'm going to do the slide in the edit, but let's start with Mondays. Now, every month starts and ends the same here in Two Gun Pixie. I do one of these, What's Up? On the first Monday of the month. And at the end of the month, I do an overview of viewer comments. And if anyone hops on live, I'm always here for an AMA. Actually, an AMA, you don't have to be live. You can't be live. Just put a question in any of the current videos. And I'm sure to see it. And I'll talk about it live. Because I always do the viewer comments live at the end of the month. But that's not it. There's a couple of Mondays here. Now, I did just say that there's going to be a few videos this month that are not entirely keeping up to the theme. But that's all right. Because two of these videos are from Midday Monologue Mondays. What's sandwiched in between. And that is, I want to tell you about Star Wars Champions, the card game. Yeah, don't bother Googling it. You ain't going to find nothing on it yet. Let me tell you about it on an upcoming Monday. Also, I want to go over Hero Quest. That's going to be another Midday Monologue episode where I'm going to go over I'm going to do an overview. As of right now, everything that is out from the core system, right up to Against the Ogre Horde, Prophecy of Taylor, and the Spirit Queen's Torment, everything new right up now, current to May of 2024, I'm going to give you an overview. If you want to play the game in chronological order, here you go. I'm going to let you know every game, including some of the secret ones that are only online. That if all you have is the game boxes, you're not going to know about. So you're going to want to check that out. And that's going to be the Mondays, which is going to lead us into Tuesday. All month long, Tuesdays are going to be chock full of Tabletop Takeout Tuesday episodes. And they are going to be Dungeons and Dragons related. All of them are going to be Dungeons and Dragons related. Well, I'm going to give you my bullet points on why I like certain games, such as Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Mayhem. Also, an all-time, long-time favorite of mine, why don't we sit down and I'll talk to you about Dungeons and Dragons Fantasy Adventure board game. Another Dungeons & Dragons board game title that I've always enjoyed. In fact, one of the reasons why I started this channel years ago, and I want to talk about it again because it has been over 6 years since I talked about this title. So, Dungeons & Dragons Infighting. And then, I'm going to close out the month with another Dungeons & Dragons title. Surprise, surprise. And that's going to be me talking about Rock, Paper, Wizard. And that's the way the Tuesdays are going to go, which is going to lead us right into Wednesdays. Wednesdays aren't going to be all completely Dungeons and Dragons related for our unboxing days here at Two Gun Pixie, but generally speaking, they're going to be pretty much along the lines. So we have unboxing. We just did an unboxing, right? Last Wednesday was first, and that was we did an unboxing for Floodgate Games, which is a heavy fantasy influenced game, which is why it was on the list. I also have unboxings coming up this month. Of course, Dungeons and Dragons, so we're talking Wizards of the Coast. Yeah, we will be seeing some unboxings from them. I totally enjoy the company, just like I do with WizKids. We're also going to have some unboxings thrown at you this month. But to close out, there's going to be some Hasbro, which is, let's say, going to be Dungeons and Dragons-ish. And finally, an RPG board game, although it's not Dungeons and Dragons related. It's been sitting in the can for a while, and I really need to get this out because I want to start the game, and I don't want to start the game on camera until I show you the unboxing for it. So the final unboxing this month is going to be from Ankama Games, and this was a Kickstarter. Took long enough to get here. Let's finally get it started. Thursdays, we've got a couple of different things happening. It's a little bit of a hodgepodge every month, but there is going to be a couple of episodes of Gaming Radar, and I'm going to be talking about showcasing through that Dungeons and Dragons Onslaught, as well as another D&D title for Gaming Radar this month, and that is going to be Dungeons and Dragons Dice Masters. All right, so getting a little bunched up this month. I really should have shifted one of the Gaming Radars to next month, or actually I think I'm up to like 4 months ahead on the Gaming Radars, I think. So I would have pushed it, but I didn't want to. So because of that, there's going to be a few other things that get crushed together this month. There is going to be the third episode of Am I the Asshole? Dungeons and Dragons edition. Now, we're going to be going back to, well, we haven't stopped. We're going to be continuing with our Tales from the Table. Now, Tales from the Table generally drops on the fourth Thursday of any month. We're doubling things up. Starting this month with the new campaign, we are going to be doing the third and fourth Thursday are going to be dedicated to Tales from the Table. And this is because I feel like the episodes have become a little bit too long with me doing the intro build and then the recap from the previous episode. So that's going to be cut in half. So the third Thursday of each month is going to be the behind the screen episode of Tales from the Table, where it's exclusively me as the DM talking to you about how I built the game, how I built the table, the notes that I've made for the RPG, the differences that I've had to cut in the module. I'm really excited about this. So then the fourth Thursday will be the Tales from the Table, the regular episode, which is the gaming gang, the 20-sided warriors, sitting down, telling you exactly what's been going on in the game, and you get to see, we get to showcase some of the table builds during that time. Those are great, fun episodes. But this month also has a fifth Thursday. And on the fifth Thursday of any month, you can always count on an episode of Big Johnny G's 5 Favorite. And this month, I'm going old school on your ass. This month is going to be Big Johnny G's 5 Favorite Dungeons and Dragons modules. Yeah, why not? It's a subject I enjoy talking about. And that's going to close out our Thursdays, leading right into Friday. Fridays right now are a little up in the air because there's not a lot of Dungeons and Dragons board games that can be soloed. So I'm waiting to see who's going to be available for a couple of Fridays this month and who isn't. So at this point right now, if I want to keep the as close to the Dungeons and Dragons monthly theme as possible, I'm looking at least a couple of games of Dungeon. There are a couple of different variations of that, and I got my butt kicked last time. Huge ass kicking I took last time. So this is going to almost be like a grudge match. Now, my wife does enjoy the Dungeon Mayhem, so I'm going to try to get her to play at least once. Now, there's a couple of other quick games. Like, I would love to be able to get the 20-sided Warriors over here on a Friday to play Dungeons & Dragons Infighting. And it's a quick game we'll have played in about 15, 20 minutes maybe. So we could do a couple of back-to-back that night. So keep your eyes out on my weekly Monday schedule that I drop on the Two Gun Pixie Facebook page and the Two Gun Pixie Instagram. Oh, yeah, I do drop it on Instagram. But I'm thinking Twitter, X. We drop it on that every Monday morning. Now I'll tell you what's coming up. Saturdays are still, as they will be for the foreseeable future, the new day for our slideshow gaming. And I got a few ideas for Saturdays. This is going to be all Dungeons & Dragons still, for what I'm looking at on the list. What's prepared, uploaded, in the can, ready to drop on this appropriate day for all of you. We have Dungeons & Dragons Mayhem Monster Madness. Now, this is the big box expansion sequel that is specifically made to hold all of your currently published Dungeon Mayhem cards. Love it when a company comes out with a collection box after a few expansions. It's definitely always worth it. Now, I'm also going to be doing a slideshow Saturday on just Dungeons and Dragons. What me and the gang have been doing, what we've been playing, some great photos. Maybe you haven't been seeing all the tales of the table. So here's a nice collection of some of the stuff that we've been doing over the past year that I just think looks great. So that's also going to be on the list. And there's also going to be slideshow gamings for Dungeons and Dragons Rock, Paper, Wizard, Monster Mash expansion, as well as the Dungeons & Dragons Waterdeep, Lords of Waterdeep Skullport expansion. Yeah. So that's the way Saturdays are lined up right now for the month of May, which will lead us into Sundays. Well, as far as the Sundays go, there is going to be at least one final play of Hero Quest because I still need to close out Keller's Keep. I thought I was going to have it done by last month. That didn't quite happen. But yes, Keller's Keep Part 10 will be dropping. But after that, the rest of the month is dedicated to Dungeons & Dragons Cooperative Adventure System. Now, a few months back, we were asked if we could run an adventure for Ravenloft, and we will be running Castle Ravenloft. I want to mix it up. I want to showcase a couple of them during this month. So we'll be running a game of that. We will also be running a game of Wrath of Arshadalan, and I believe the last one will be the Maze of the Mad Mage. I think we're going to run that one, or Saltmarsh. That's the most up to date, but that's an expansion. I don't enjoy that expansion as much as I do the big boxes. So I'll have to make a final decision on that last one. But that's our extremely Dungeons and Dragons heavy episodes for the month of May here at Two Gun Pixie. So again, as I said in the beginning of the video, if you'd like to leave a comment as to your guess as to why I have decided to make the merry month of May a Dungeons and Dragons filled extravaganza, put that down in the comments. I'm your buddy Big John at G, but Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming, and I am out of here.